Good day and welcome back to Elementary 72 Gaming. Now, for today's video, I'm actually going to cover something not so big and not so major. There is a big video coming out on my channel. It's about a whole lot of stories within the game, but that is for another day. I have to work on it quite a bit because there's a lot going on and there's a little bit more that needs to be spoken about in terms of the game. So nonetheless, let's get back to what you need to do as a player. So I've already been 1 month in the game, basically within the confines of a few days to it being a month. And one of the things that need to be spoken about very importantly is the continuous supply of Omega. Now I could go for Omega Standard or Omega Basic, but I can go for Omega Duo. And right now, due to other incidents that happen within the game, and there's a whole lot to come on that, I'll explain that at another time regardlessly. Right now what needs to be spoken about is actually well, it's actually about getting Omega for the second time. Now I'm actually going to purchase the next Omega because that one there was dealt with heavily with Nullsec. I don't intend to go back to Nullsec, and this would be the second month. The third month will have my last set of Omega coming through. I'll be mastering all of those skills necessary, getting my Omega to max level, having that as something up on my side when I go into play, and that is basically where my gameplay will end. And you're going to get to see the third month of Omega with me, and you're going to see how I climb up in the second month to get to the final month's Omega. And Omega isn't as easy when you're not in Nullsec, and I'm just being honest about it because of the difficulty with missions. If I somehow manage to break the T10 limit within this month somehow, if there's some way that I can get extra SP, or if I can gain enough to actually make up a 5 or 6 day limit on the SP, maybe get together with some high sec missions, run the very high value missions, the 20 millions, the 100 millions, loot those missions for instance. Those are going to be some heavy loot drops and some good chunky amounts of IS coming into my account. At the end of the day, that they will definitely skyrocket where I am in terms of the game. I'll be on the top the top run of players. So yeah, there is something else to look at for the grand total. Now I know that I covered some of the easy stuff on the first run with this here. Now let's cover some of the major and more important bits from all of these things that need to be spoken about at the higher level. When it comes to moving forward in this next month, you're not going to get so much of a war room information. The reason is I've actually been on the out with most of Nullsec. Actually no, it's not true. I actually still have an in with Nullsec. Regardless of what happened, there's other individuals who basically said I should come back and join them in Nullsec. There's nothing that somebody else can do. All I've got to do is just play the game the way it's meant to be played and tell the person a certain thing, and they'll have to back off immediately. I know about that much from my standpoint, but I'm not about to do it because it's a lot of complicated things altogether to have to say to anybody in that situation. So yeah, that is the first thing to talk about. I honestly don't have too much to worry about besides that there. And there is going to be the whole climbing up to Omega Duo for the third and final time. And this will be the heavy push in high sec, to be honest. If I can get into those 20 mil missions with the corps that I'm in contact with, then we could possibly be looking at me hitting something like Omega a few weeks early, and I might just buy the next month, and then I might save up all of the Omega money for the third month to get my third cognitive chip, and save up enough plex to actually buy a fourth Omega Duo at the end of all of it. Should that happen, things will be way more crazy. Should I be able to do the big missions like Bad Hair Day, Sweet Business, Friend of Foe, I think it think it is, but whatever it is, that would be something really amazing to do. I am looking forward to try and do it in the next few weeks with the coming content in the game. And yeah, you're going to see quite a bit of info coming out from me in HiSec. Yes, I do admit that most of my content was supposed to be in HiSec from the very start. I went into nullsec, and the money got to me very quickly, because when you're making on the figure of 100 million ISK a day, it makes it look like you don't need to go back down into HiSec ever again. However, I'm back in HiSec at the moment, and I'm going to have to push out the hard way, get as much as I can back to the top levels, and see what I can do reversing things from that point. So yeah, that is what you're going to see on my channel. I hope that you all do enjoy the coming content, and I hope that things really are fun for most of you. So see you all in the next one.